No problem. What I wanted to then ask you was, who is your Gurdev's Gurdev, and where does he trace his learning from?
Okay, let me give you exactly words. Okay, so my Gurdev's name was Nidar Singh, but that's a Dal name. That's not his family name. Okay, his family name he did not reveal to me because Nahangs generally don't. So when you join the Hang Dals, they will give you a Dal name. So like my Dal name is actually Dilip Singh, but I don't really use it like. And then in the Akhara, you would give also, if you have certain characteristics and so on, they'll give you certain names as well. Like, so my Gurdev's Akhara name was Katapa Singh, someone who beats you, and so on. Like mine is Nidar Singh. So Nidar Singh is my actual Akhara name. My Burdal Dal name, name is Dilip Singh, and my family name is Sarjeet Singh Bains. Okay? So when I'm home, with my mom and dad and father and so on, I'm not going to be Nidar Singh like, okay? I'm going to be Sarjeet Singh. And when I'm in the Akhara, then I become Nidar Singh like. And in the same way, my Gurdev, so he was a family man. He had a family. He had two sons and a daughter, etc., and so on. So his learning is this way. Let me explain now. So Baba Minder Singh. So I just called him Baba Ji like, because it's not tradition amongst Punjabis to call your elders by name like, and so on. So for him it was Baba Ji. For me it was Baba Ji. So my Gurdev Ji, or Baba Ji, he learned his Vidya from Baba Gyan Singh, or Gyana Rab they call him, in the Burda and so on. Gyana Singh learned from one Baba called Mangal Singh. And in fact, there was two Mangal Singhs, so Sheed Bagwale. The elder Baba Mangal Singh, who was the actual Jathedar in Sheedanabag, he belonged to Tarnadal Misl, Baba Deep Singh. And he was the younger brother of Baba Gurmukh Singh and Sadhu Singh of the Baba Kali Nahans and so on. So whereas so Baba Gurmukh Singh, he learned his Shastar Vidya from Baba Sawan Singh Bangru, who fought the Anglo-Sikh wars, but his Gurmat Vidya was Baba Ram Singh Sarhali Wale, and so on. So you can have more than one Gurdev. So you can have a Gurdev who teaches you for Shastar Vidya, you can have a Gurdev who teaches you Gurmat, you may have a Gurdev who teaches you Kirtan or whatever. So you can have several Gurdev, just like in school you can have several teachers. And the word Gurdev, whereas amongst the Muslims, they tend to use the word Ustad, just the Ustad kiti jawe. Amongst the Hindus, they use the word Acharya, jito acharan sikhiye, like good conduct and so on. Amongst the Nahangs, amongst the Khalsa, the teacher has always been spoken of as a Gurdev, like, okay? The one who takes you from darkness to light, okay? So the Gurdev himself is just like is a more learned Sikh, that's what it is. So you cannot compare Gurdev to the called Ishtadev, which is Nanak Guru Gobind Singh and the 10 Gurus and Ard Granth and so on. He's just another Sikh. It's just a Sikh who's been there longer and he has knowledge which he can transfer to you and so on. So my Gurdev who learned from Baba Gyana Singh. Baba Gyana Singh learned from the two Mangal Singhs because he learned from both of them. There's Bada Mangal Singh and Shoda Mangal Singh. The Shoda Mangal Singh was the one who taught him, but Bada Mangal Singh was the actual Gurdev of the Akhada at that time. Then Baba Mangal Singh learned from Baba Sawan Singh. They both learned from Baba Sawan Singh Bangru. Baba Sawan Singh Bangru learned from Lakha Singh. Lakha Singh learned from his brother Baba Singh, Maro Kambiwa, the famous one, who spoke as the greatest swords on the Sikh Panth. So it's called Surom and Sirmor. And Sukha Singh had learned from Baba Buddha Singh. Buddha Singh had learned from Baba Darbara Singh. So Baba Darbara Singh, Sood, was a Rajput. Okay, and he was the grandson of Baba Kalyana Sood, who was a Sikh of Guru Arjan Dev Ji. Okay, and after Kalyana Sood, he became Shaheed and so on. His son and then his grandchildren all become Khalsa, etc. So on. They all became great Shaheed. And what we have now, except for Baba Darbara Singh. Baba Darbara Singh was also the second Jahdar of Buddha Dal as well. So the Akhada called Baba Darbara Singh Khada. So let me explain about the Akhada system. So the Akhada means a school or something like a battlefield. The first Akhada of the Sikh Panth is named Ranjit Akhada, which means the invincible. It was established. So this goes. So after Guru Nanak attained the Vidya from Natha Babas, he would pass the Vidya on to Baba Buddha Ji. So there's a tale here. Let me explain this bit. When Guru Nanak Dev, towards the end, decided to pass on his jodh to someone else, he first tested his Sikhs. And all the Sikhs, every Sikh of his, all failed except Baba Lena Ji, who then became Guru Angad. And Baba Buddha Ji had been with Guru Nanak for a long time. And when he failed his test, and the manner he failed in, all that'll be in the books anyway. So when he felt very disheartened because Baba Buddha Ji was from the beginning Guru Nanak Dev. From the age of 10 years old, 12 years old, he'd been serving Guru Nanak Dev. And when Guru Nanak went on the Adasis, Baba Buddha Ji went to what's called Guru's home, Bhakti Tripta and so on. And then he served the Guru's family. And so Baba Buddha Ji is spoken of in the Nahang tradition and Sikh tradition as the Shiromani Sikh, as the greatest Sikh, okay, the supreme Sikh, because there's no one with his Siddhika and what he did and so on. Baba Buddha Ji was the one who built the Akal Takht and so on. Baba Buddha is the one who gave the Tilak of Guru Tilak to Baba Lena, Guru Angdev, Amardas, Ramdas, Arjan Dev, Guru Hargobind. So there's not many figures more revered than Baba Buddha Ji. And even Guru Arjan Dev, just before his Shahidi, Guru Shemi instructed Guru Hargobind to look upon Baba Buddha Ji as if he would look upon Guru Nanak Dev. So Odi Qadar bahut sikh kita, because he was the greatest Sikhs. But at that time when he failed, and again this is oral tradition from the Nahang and the Akhara tradition, when Baba Buddha Ji failed to observe all the instructions of Guru Nanak Dev at the time and failed the test, he felt really low in himself, that he fell from Sikhi life. And a true Guru always nurtures his Sikhs. And Baba Buddha Ji had never failed his Guru, ever. But this time he did. And so Guru Nanak, they say, gave him his final instruction. So Guru Nanak Dev is the one, if you look at the Nahang traditions, the oral tradition, but the Vidya, Shastran ki Vidya, was attained by Guru Nanak Dev from the Nathas who came from the Kapalaks, the Pachipata Shiva, so all these traditions coming down. And then Baba Buddha he attained his Vidya, Guru Nanak Dev. Okay, Guru Nanak Dev instructed Guru Baba Buddha Ji in the Vidya. Baba Buddha Ji would then become, then Guru Arjan Dev, Guru Ashemi mentions this, Guru Arjan Dev would ask Baba Buddha Ji to pass on this Vidya to his son Guru Hargobind. So the Vidya Guru Hargobind is Baba Buddha Ji. Although Guru Hargobind is the actual Guru of Guru Baba Buddha Ji. So there's a tradition where Baba Buddha Ji, that were, when Guru Angad, Amardas, Ramdas, Arjan Dev, Hargobind, all the Sikh Gurus would do Peri Hat to Baba Buddha Ji. And of course, Baba Buddha Ji did Peri Hat to them. They recognized, they did Peri Hat because he's a Shiromani Sikh and who had Darshan Guru Nanak Dev Ji. And he did Peri Hat to them because they were his Gurus, spiritual guides and so on. So Guru Hargobind was then instructed by Baba Buddha Ji, and in the Nahang traditions, it tells you completely, quite clearly that all Kala, Shastran ki Vidya, jo hegi hai, jinni bhi hegi hai, all that there is, it is from Baba Buddha Ji, because Baba Buddha Ji was blessed by Guru Nanak Dev. And then when the Akal Takht was created, and Baba Buddha Ji helped construct it, and so on, and you must also realize the militancy, like building the army and stuff in Sikh tradition, it began with Guru Arjan Dev Ji. Guru Arjan Dev, so from the very beginning it said that Guru Nanak Dev realized that in time he is such called orchard of Sikh, he would need protecting and so on when the time is right. So alongside Shabd Guru, you need Shastra Guru. And it's Guru Arjan Dev Ji who began according to Sikhani Paktamala, which is another text attributed by Mani Singh Ji. That is Guru Arjan Dev Ji who began to what's called bring in soldiers and so on, Rajputs, etc., others and so on, and start giving instruction, martial instruction, so on. Baba Buddha Ji began instructing Guru Hargobind Ji, and then Guru Hargobind was a very competent student, learned very quickly and so on. He's a physical giant, super fit, etc. And you on Guru Hargobind's training regime and all this and how he trained and practiced, that's all my books as well. Like so, Guru Hargobind, Vidya Guru, Shastar Vidya, Baba Buddha Ji, and when the Akal Takht was created, alongside the Akal Takht, they created the Kal Purkhiye. Okay, the Purkh means men of the Akal Takht, the warriors of Akal Takht. They know, and the army is known as Akal Sena, Akaliyan di Sena. Okay, they who worship Akal Purkh and so on. And Akal Purkh di Sena, Akal Takhti's army was known as Akal Sena, but informally at this stage, they were known as Buddha Dal. And you'll find that throughout history, sometimes things at the beginning, before they're fully crystallized, are known as informally. For instance, let me give you an example. Like the word Khalsa, like most Sikhs associate the Khalsa with Guru Gobind Singh. Guru Gobind Singh established the order of Khalsa, and then the Sikhs became Khalsa. But we have Hukamname of Guru Hargobind and Guru Tegh Bahadur, where they address, like Purv ki sang to mero Khalsa hai, Dakhan ki sang to mero Khalsa hai, and so on. So even Guru Hargobind, Guru Gobind, and Guru Tegh Bahadur are speaking of the congregation being Khalsa. And Khalsa just means someone who's loyal to the Guru. Just because you're Amatari and you got Panj Kakar, if you're not loyal to the Guru, you're not a Khalsa. And loyalty what makes you a Khalsa. And Guru Gobind Singh himself speaks of Dunichand Merchant to Mere Khalsa in his letter. So he's speaking to Dunichand Merchant, who obviously not Singhs, but he's still calling him Khalsa in his letter as well. And these are historical Khalsa. You can look them up in Ganda Singh's works and Hukamname, etc. and so on. Well, let's go on. So Baba Buddha Ji became the instructor of Guru Hargobind. Guru Hargobind then taught his elder son, Baba Gudipta Ji. Gudipta Ji will then go on to teach his younger brother, Guru Tyagmal, who in time, because of his battle heroics, came to know as Guru Tegh Bahadur. Okay, so no. Now Guru Baba Gurditta ji told Baba Bidhi Chand. Okay, no. Baba Butta ji, Bidhi Chand. Let me get this right in my head now because I'm talking too much here. Baba Butta ji, Guru Hargobind, Baba Bidhi Chand, go to Baba Gurditta, Guru Tegh Bahadur, and Guru Tegh Bahadur's Guruvai, like personal assistant, was Baba Darbara Sood, who was only a 16, 17-year-old. So when Guru Tegh Bahadur went to the east, to Assam, Baba Darbara Singh was with him. And then when Guru Gobind Singh was born, this is again oral tradition speaks of this. When Guru Gobind Singh was born, Guru Tegh Bahadur instructed Baba Darbara Singh to now return, go and do darshan of Guru Gobind Das, the child, and then leave for Punjab, and on the way inform all the people that the Pachangi has been born, like the Sahibjada has been born, so they can prepare for him that when they return back to Punjab and so on. Baba Darbara Singh, they said they didn't want to leave, but being Guru's hukum, he had to go. And he was also then given the pag by Guru Tegh Bahadur to carry on teaching. In other words, go to Punjab and establish his khada. So the khada, original khada, is a Ranjit khada. Then Baba Buddha ji taught that. And then Baba Buddha ji teaching that. And then Guru Hargobind started teaching himself as well. And then from this Ranjit khada, which is based on the there are shotgun, like it's called branches coming out. And so warriors like Baba Bidhi Chand, Bhai Jetta and so on, they would all instruct people. And so there's khadas named after them and so on. And the khada that I belong to is from, like I said, it's from all the way from what's called Baba Buddha ji to Guru Hargobind to Baba Bidhi Chand, Baba Gurditta ji, then to what's called Guru Tegmal, who became Tegh Bahadur, Baba Darbara Singh. And Baba Darbara Singh then came back to Punjab in the Amritsar region, and he began to teach the Kshatriyas. And Baba Darbara Singh, in time of Baba Buddha Singh, so Baba Darbara Singh was also known in times of Guru Gobind Singh as Darbara Singh Diwan. Take a Diwanji, means like a minister of Guru Gobind Singh. So he was like a chief minister of Guru Gobind Singh. And he also looked after treasury as such. So when Guru Gobind, so anything came to Langar and so on, people deposited kode and weapons and shatra and so on. He took a record of all that, and he would be the one looking after all that. And wherever they were distributed and so on, he would be, with the instruction of Guru Gobind Singh Maharaj, he would then distribute amongst the Sikhs and Singhs where it was needed and so on. So in time, Baba Darbara Singh, after Baba Banod Singh, so after Banda Bada's time and Baba Banod Singh came about, after death of Baba Banod Singh in about 1723, Baba Darbara Singh was unanimously chosen to be the second Jahdar Puttada. And at that time, he because he couldn't look after the Panth and wage a war with the Mughals and so on, and then also run a Akhara, he passed the Akhara on to Baba Buddha Singh. Okay, and Baba Buddha Singh would then pass the Vidya to Baba Sukha Singh, Marokambiwala, who's the most famous Sikh. He spoke with Shiromani Sikh, Surom and Samor, individual who can go through 100 men of the enemy without touching them or being touched, kill the person, the commander he wants, and then come back. So he's our greatest swordsman in our history. Like, we never say he's greater than the Gurus, because we're Sikhs, we can't say that. But he definitely is, by far, was the best. But he was also the worst teacher ever as well.